Hi everyone, my name is Rajat, and today I would be attempting a problem, you can say a product case study. So, this is a question that was asked in one of the interviews that I appeared for, and I would be attempting to solve this question right now. So, let's get started. So, the problem that was given to me was design a new product in HR tech space. Basically, in terms of context, I was not given much. Uh, Basic problem like helping people find jobs. That was a problem statement that I was given. So, yeah, let's try to solve this from a product perspective and see what we get. So, my aim with this problem is to, you know, think out loud all my thoughts, and at the end I would review the problem and I would compare it with the kind of solutioning that I did in the interview and see if this was better or that approach was better. So, yeah, just thinking out loud here. So, let's get started. So, with the problem statement that we have in mind, uh, thinking about HR tips, thinking about HR tech space. Just a second. Yeah. So thinking about HR tech space, uh, and when solving a problem like this, so this is a product design problem, and the first thing that you should do after you're given a problem is to ask for more context or ask for clarifying question. So the first thing that I asked was first thing that I asked was that if we have any particular goal with this problem. So first thing, do we have particular goal in mind? So with this question, I just wanted to get a feel of what's there in interviewer's mind. If he has any particular direction in which he wants us to think in. Uh, there can be multiple things, right? You may be creating a new product from scratch. You may be, you can say, adding a product in a already existing product portfolio. With that, you can have many goals. You may want to, onboard as many people as you want on the platform. You may want to drive engagement, or you may think about monetization. So these are the things that were there in my mind, but I didn't get any. Usually, interviewers give you some cues about where uh, they want give you more context about which direction they want you to think. But in this case, I didn't get anything. Second question that I asked was, do we want to create a product for a particular geography? So in my mind, I had basically two kinds of products. one product that can totally just target Indian geography, and I think Indian geography has some, you can say, peculiar use cases which does not exist if we talk about countries like US and Europe. So I just wanted to, get a feel if the interviewer is thinking about a particular geography. In this also, I didn't get any input. He said up to you. But for this problem, I would consider India as our target audience, right, in terms of geography. Apart from that, if I think about it, uh, what other things we can ask? There are already many platforms in this space, right? There are some well-established platforms like LinkedIn and Naukri, and there are lots of new platforms coming up. There's CutShort, InstaHire, and many more. There are also some of the platforms that were, were doing very well in the past, but they are not, you can say, used that much now, the experience. And in this example, I can think about Shine and Indeed, which may not be, very useful for Indian cases as per my experience as a job applicant. So, one thing you could ask that these different platforms may offer different level of services to the companies that are there. So let's say when we talk about LinkedIn, so LinkedIn offers various B2B solutions as well, and offers you can say an integrated platform for applicants. So some of them maybe just simplistic job portal. Some of them will offer some additional products. So you can ask, if what kind of product do you want to build. If there is any particular competitor you should target. So you can say any particular, you can say segment in HR tech, value segment that we want to target. So here I think you'll have to give a little bit of context to the interviewer, like job portal, mm, career site management. Uh, Also on lots of platforms, you may have seen that some company runs ads also. So you can say ads management. Uh, you can say recruitment consultancies. You can think about many more things, but these are all the things that I have in mind right now. Apart from that, you can say software to manage complete life cycle up to onboarding. So with this, my point of thinking is that there's a whole level of activities that is involved in recruitment or at HR domain. Like we were especially talking about recruiting process here. So It was not a HR business partner kind of role about which, or that industry about which you were talking. So in this candid sourcing, then interviews are scheduled, then some assessments are also involved. So assessment can also be added in this list. So just so you can get some clarity that if because this is a very vast space, and obviously in 30 minutes or an hour you would not want to cover all the aspects of these. You would want to limit this. So this is the, I think, one question that I asked, although not in this much detail right now. So I would say this is, you can say, a little bit more structured compared to what I asked. And in this also, I didn't get any uh, particular help from the interviewer. So from this, what I could gather was that I was free to think however I want to. Interviewer was not interested in guiding me in targeting any particular uh, product line here. So yes, with this, I think let's come to the next part. And here I have to think about users or stakeholders. So users or stakeholders or customers for the product that we would be creating, they would be customers. So one thing that I was not able to do here was, I just wrote stakeholders. I should have used the term users and customers. So this is an improvement here. So in this, I first wrote about companies, companies, and this, if I talk about particular users, they would be business owners, company management, HR heads. So these would be particular people that would be representing this segment of users. Second would be candidates. So people seeking jobs on various portals. I would say various digital portals or channels. And third segment that I can think of is, you can say, talent professionals. So I think talent professional is a better term to what I use in the interview. So that would also be an improvement here. So these are talent acquisition, talent acquisition professionals, recruitment, recruitment consultants, hiring managers, and etc. So these are the three, you can say, segments that I was able to identify there. If I think about it, are there any other stakeholders in this whole process? So basically, we were trying to design a software in this space. This software would obviously be used by candidates They would be going on to the portals and applying for the jobs. This would be used by talent acquisition professionals. They would be shortlisting them. In some cases, it can also be used by hiring managers if no talent acquisition professional is involved. After that, and the payment for this software would be done by companies, obviously. So there would be some owners, company management, or HR heads of the company. So yeah, I think these are all the users or stakeholders that we can think about. Then I want to focus on each segment and what are their pain points. Before that, also, if you want to build a customer persona for these, you are free to do so. So if we try to attempt that, uh, user persona. So here, if I talk about uh, company as a stakeholder, they would be, you know, what are their primary responsibilities if I think about it. They want to maximize profits slash revenue. So this is what business owners, company management, etc. This is their goal, I would say. And in order to do that, what do they need from this particular software? So they would want competent people are hired in the company to do the various tasks so that they are able to do their jobs properly and they are able to create value for the company. Second thing would be to hire people as early as possible. So if there's a position, they would obviously preferably want it to be filled yesterday. So that is the kind of mindset that they want. Uh, Third thing, they would be concerned about minimizing CTC, cost to company, for all this hiring while managing the competency plus hiring related cost. So if there is any third party agency involved, uh, for each hiring they take some commission, so they would want to minimize that particular cost, and they would also not want a very large hiring team because that would also be cost of running this whole operation. So I think these are the things that this particular stakeholder would have in mind. If I think about candidates, they need relevant jobs as early as possible. Second thing is they need transparency about their candidature, and if I think about the whole hiring thing, they would like to maximize their CTC when they're trying to find job, and time is covered, CTC is covered, what else? Transparency is covered. Yeah, as a candidate, if I am in a process where all these three are there, so I think, yeah, that would be my goal. So this is, I think, enough for now. And if I talk about our third stakeholder, talent professionals, then their aim would be to get relevant candidates for their openings, get candidates which are ready to join mm, in their budget, and they would join, they would like immediate joiners, because this is you can say this is the alignment from the company that they would be having. Minimizing CTC is already there. Hiring cost, they don't control. Competency, would they be worried about competency? Not as such, because that is not their job. They just want to shortlist relevant profiles and do the matchmaking with the hiring managers. So, and they would also want to quick turnaround, turn around for all positions. So by this I mean that they would want the timeline that is taken for a position to be filled. They would also like to minimize that so that they, you can say, that would be an indicator of their competency in a way. So that would be the fourth thing. Yeah, I think this should be fine. So in user persona, I have not as such, written what would be their age segment and you know different kind of, you can say, user attributes that is generally taken, because I think in this case that is not actually relevant. We just want to look at in each user segment what actually drives them, what are their goals in this particular area. So that would help us, uh, identify their pain points. So yeah, that is the you can say call that I've taken here. So let's quickly jump to pain points of each of them. So this is important because this will form the basis for our, you can say, product. In terms of company, if I write pain points, so you can also look at couple of points from the user persona. Uh, High turnaround times, around times for hiring. Second thing would be uh, you can say cost related to hiring. Third thing would be visibility across the hiring practice. So this is one of the pain point that I have seen you can say from experience in the management that they don't have any visibility about what is happening in hiring. So this is also a pain point. Apart from this, let's say if for a company, if I'm able to manage the turnaround times, I'm able to reduce the costs, and I am able to, give them transparency. So I think that basically covers all the problems that they have. One more point can be there, that is hiring competent people for their roles. So basically, their hiring process should be structured such as the most suitable or competent or slash relevant people should be hired. So I think this is enough for the pain points of the company. If I just stop here for a second and compare it to how I did in the interview. So I didn't talk about the user persona as such. I covered him all, you can say, orally, but I didn't create a section like this where I wrote the goals of each user segment. So that would be an addition here. And I would say by writing the user persona and their goals, I am now more comfortable in writing their pain points, because as a segment I already know what are their priorities, and based on that I can think about pain points. So this actually provides a really good basis for writing pain points. So coming to the next segment, that is candidates. So for candidates, I would say biggest pain point would be to find relevant jobs. So people who are freshers, it may not be a very big challenge for that, but people who are experienced in their career, they have a work experience in certain positions. Let's say in engineering, they would have certain languages, they would have worked on certain industries or domains, and most likely they would want to have a job in the same, you can say, same language, like similar tech stack and similar industry, so that they are also comfortable and the company who is hiring them also values them. And the second challenge would be to find a job that is relevant to their level. So people who have passed out from different colleges uh, are assigned different levels in a particular company, and based on that, based on their CTC, they would want to join the company in a relevant level. So level or grade, you can say. So that is also a challenge, because as a candidate, I would like to find jobs that are totally relevant for me from the designation and from the CTC perspective. So this is can say profile plus grade plus CTC. So these are two, three things in which you would like to find the relevancy. Second thing would be to obviously get need transparency. Need transparency about the candidature status. So I think more than half the time the candidates are not given any feedback and not even told that they are not shortlisted for further rounds. I think that should be there in our product if we are talking about pain points. Third thing would be mm, if I think about candidates, job application process, complex job application process, and applying to job is a phenomenon that takes a lot of time for the candidates. So if I already have all the details of the candidate in our system, I should not be asking the same details again and again. And there are some lengthy forms which they have to fill. So if we are trying to create a product in this segment, I think we should look at that. Apart from that, if I think about candidates pain points, so when we are, there are many times when we may get stuck in between while thinking about these things. So what you can do is you can look at the user journey of that particular user. So let's say if I'm a candidate, my first step would be to find relevant jobs for me. And for that, most probably I would go to one of the platforms and I would search for a particular role that I'm looking for. Let's say I'm looking for a product manager, I would search for product manager. Second thing would be to find roles that are relevant to me. So based on my work experience, I would be looking for a certain level of roles that I've already covered in the first point. After that, I would be having a conversations with HR. So yeah, there is also one step that is always there, and that is, you can say, a little bit unnecessary, where the candidate confirms all the details that they already have. So if that is a screening call, that is fine, but before scheduling interview, you need to have a call. So I think if this process can be interview scheduling, uh, can also be considered a pain point before, because you have to look at the calendars and you have to look at interviewers calendars. So also say complex, I wouldn't say complex, but uh, the best word would be interview scheduling difficulties. So you can say this is a minor pain point, but can be considered. Next thing would be because they need information about interviews or the company. So not enough info about company slash product slash job slash interview process. Because candidates' goal is to not only find the job but also land the job as well. So if they have this information about the company beforehand, while going through the interview loops, that would obviously increase their chances of being selected for that particular company, and that can also be a uh, plus point for our product. So this is also a pain point for me. And then if I look about this, I think all the things are already covered. Uh, they need early as of possible, so turnaround time, high turnaround time, round times is also a pain point for candidates. Okay, I think this is fine for now for candidates. Let's look at our next stakeholder, that is talent professionals. So, if I talk about talent professionals, uh, first point would be finding relevant candidates, and I think all these points would apply here as well. And in terms of instead of grade, it would be experience, then interview scheduling. This is also one of the biggest, you can say, operational step. Interview scheduling, a lot of time goes into this, checking the availability of two parties and scheduling it, then rescheduling it in case one of the parties is not available, things like that. So that is a pain point for talent professionals. Next thing would be to, you can say, manage the data slash pipeline of candidates. Also, you can say keeping them hot. So during hiring process, obviously, if I want to hire one person, I would be interviewing 5 different people, and for that, I would be looking at lots of profiles. So, in order to make sure that the candidate is, you know, still interested in the company, you have to kind of keep them engaged or interested. So, this would also be a pain point for the company, for the talent professionals. Apart from that, relevant job candidates which are ready to join. This I have already covered. Immediate joiners, quick turnaround for all positions. So basically, then what is the, you can say, finding relevant candidates. I think mostly covers all of them. Uh, yes, conveying their value to the management. So, what are they working on? What are they working on? What they did today, etc. So you can say managing their KPIs, logging their work. If I'm talking on a phone for 1 hour, I have to show it to the people that I'm working on something. When I'm spending time on going through all the profiles of candidates and trying to shortlist them by applying various criteria, meeting with managers to understand their requirements, things like that. I want to keep all of them in a single place so that when someone asks about what I'm working on, I can just show it to them. So this can also be a challenge for talent. Uh, Apart from that, if I think about it, nothing more comes to my mind. Uh, Competencies, assessments. Okay, yeah. Since talent professionals are not from technical background, they may have to deal with complex softwares. So this can also be a pain point for them. Yeah, so I think these are enough pain points now. So yeah, mm, fine. I think I would like to stop here because I have taken a little bit of more time than I initially planned on. So I would just like to, summarize this, uh, list down the steps that should follow this and how you can complete this. So basically, we were designing a product in HR tech space. We asked some clarifying questions. We thought about what are the users or stakeholders in this, you can say, new product that we are designing. We looked at what the particular company, candidates, and talent professionals, all the different user segment want. And then we looked at pain points of different segments. Uh, After that, the things that we have to do, we have to prioritize. So what we can do is, because we cannot, create the whole product, I would suggest prioritize one segment in this, one segment. Or if the interviewer is interested in creating a solution that involves all the stakeholders, prioritize a couple of pain points for all the stakeholders. Couple of pain points based on, you can base it on any framework. You can say a simplest one is value versus, just evaluate each point what value that they user, and then you can see what is the effort that is needed to build that particular feature, and you can prioritize based on that. Then you would be talking about solutions. So in this, I think it is very straightforward. Let's say complex software is the pain point. Your solution would be to build a very intuitive UI, which is not very complex, and user is able to do all the things in very few steps. A lot of things are automated, so user don't have to go and manually do them. That would be the solution. Similarly, interview scheduling, you can say, is a pain point for both talent professionals and candidates. So in this case, what you would be doing, you can uh, build a Calendly like solution where after the shortlisting, a link is sent to the candidate where he or she can uh, schedule the call, and the interviewer would accept that, so that he also confirms that he has seen the invite, and after that they can just meet. So in this way, a lot of time of talent professional and candidate is saved. uh, Similar ways, you can just list down all the solutions, and then you have to the solutions prioritize the solutions, and then you have to talk about success metrics. So after you have suggested some of the features, you should talk about the metrics that you would be using to determine its success. You can also talk about potential risks in this particular product or those particular feature. So this would be the complete roadmap for this, and Yeah, if you are watching this video, I would love for you to continue this and post your solutions in the comment. And if you do, I would be happy to look at that. So, yeah, this was my attempt to solve this problem. And thank you all for watching.